So good afternoon everyone, and today I am with the illustrious Harry Sukumar ji, and he's the Vice President of Jaypee Hotels over here, and we're just having an impromptu conversation with him. He's a wonderful person, and I'll just let him introduce himself. So can you tell us a little about yourself?
Okay, my name is Harry Sukumar. I'm an American, born and raised in Seattle, lived all my life there. Currently in the lovely city of Agra. Been here for 5 years now, and I'm surprised myself that I've been here for 5 years. But I think the city is growing on me, and I think this is a wonderful place to be in.
Just tell me a little about your family, if you don't mind.
Okay, my mom and dad were both part of the famous brain drain that happened in the early 60s. Both doctors moved to the United States at a very young age. Me and my brother, my older brother, we were both born there. My father is a cardiologist and was a cardiologist, he's no more. And my mother was a gynecologist in the United States. And my father was actually the first Indian origin Surgeon General of the United States, which is one of the highest ranked professions for a doctor in the United States.
So you must be really very proud
of
your parents.
Absolutely, goes without saying. And like I was just telling you a couple of minutes ago, if anyone believes in the concept of rebirth, and if I want to be born again, not born again as how the Christians would say, but because born again, and I would like to have the same parents and do exactly the same thing.
Yeah, okay, so you're also very closely associated with kids, and you're always thinking something new. What do you think schools should do?
Schools should first and foremost ban the usage of mobiles and internet at schools. I think you should get them to shut it and put it into their lockers and keep it there till the time the class is over, because there's so much of information which is probably correct and not correct on the internet, and this only confuses the student, and also starts at some stage to undermine the quality of the teachers who are teaching these kids, because they feel that they can get the information out of Google. I'm sorry, Google was not meant to be a search engine to figure out how to study. It is just an information search engine for information, and it should remain that way. Our teachers today put in a lot of effort, put in a lot of time to prepare for their classes, and if they're undermined in classes because of a mobile phone, because if the students feel that they can get the information faster and better out of there, then they probably should look at some other source of studies.
Great. So what would you exactly suggest the activities that we should have for younger kids?
More physical activity is the need of the hour, because a healthy body is a healthy mind. So I think people should spend more time on the playgrounds, interacting. When we were growing up, I'm sorry, but if the kids today think that was an old-fashioned way, we didn't have Facebook, or we didn't have Orkut or Twitter or anything to meet a girl. You would go and say hello to the girl, right? So I think that's how a conversation starts, and I think that's the best place to do that is on the playground, and at least they are physically and mentally active, which also means I would like to correct that I'm not against the modern way of communications, and I'm not against Facebook, or I'm not against Twitter. I'm on all of them too, but there are times when we need to take a step back and realize that every news coming out of WhatsApp and every news coming out of Twitter or Facebook is not the actual news. It is just forwards, and it is sometimes harmful. So it's better if kids go back into the old habits of reading a newspaper in the morning, speaking to people, instead of spending more time on their mobile phones and the internet.
That's nice. So you are a topper. Needless to say that. What is the importance of academics in the life of a kid?
Basic education cannot replace anything in the world, Mr. Clemens. I strongly believe in that because a good foundation is what sets you up for the future. And a good foundation is provided by good institutions and good teachers and good people like yourself. So I don't think we need to change on that very much.
So you still believe that parents should be strict with their kids and check on their grades?
Of course, of course. It is immaterial that whether the kid is doing well or not doing well. There are reasons for why a kid does well, and there's reasons for why a kid doesn't do well. The main focus is family values and family cultures which a kid imbibes. Because I was talking to somebody the other day, and we just realized during our conversation that what we do out of India is what our kids will also follow till the time we're there. But the moment we, like for example, if you take a family holiday to Singapore, for example, and you tell the kid, hey, drop the waste in the garbage bin. And the moment you reach Delhi International Airport, you're the first person to empty out your pocket and throw it onto the floor. So the kid sees this, and he's learning these things. When he grows up, he would do exactly the same because that's what my parents did.
One change that you would like in India?
Oh, that's a tough one because about 100 come to mind straight away. But I think one which would come straight away to my mind is that would be one of the key reasons for a lot of unnecessary violence and I wouldn't use any other word, but I would say unnecessary violence. But I think education should play a key role in educating the young minds on what is right and what is wrong.
Great. The last question. Your most respected institution in India?
Or should I say Dr. MPS College?
I wanted to be honest.
I didn't realize this was leading to that. You set me up. Okay. I would give the IITs and IIMs due credit for what they've churned out because of the quality of the teaching and the quality of the produce that comes out of these colleges. I think it's important that we have more of these colleges churning out interesting professionals out of these institutions.
Yeah, and one advice to teachers all over the world.
Be yourself. Yes, you are competing with technology in today's world, but there is nothing like the old-fashioned way of teaching.
Thank you so much, sir. Lovely talking to you.
Thank you.
God bless.